Yeah. The only thing you don't have for this Lash is a save, and it doesn't feel amazing if you don't have that.
Bloodstone is the only save this hero needs nowadays. I'm a firm believer of that. Leshrac back in the day, I think, was super fragile, but with the changes to Bloodstone, this hero is like borderline immortal as long as he's not just getting completely collapsed on. So I think with that rework, it might be strong enough, especially once you have like Kaya Sanj as well. That's like a huge bonus, but it's a lot of money. Like it's an expensive build up. It takes a little bit to get there on this hero, so that early game definitely still a weakness for Lesh. In terms of last picks here, I think we are seeing like a 5 gyro, like a 5 or a 4 gyro. To be honest, like could be one or the other. And what we really need is just that last pick hero here for DNM. Unless they are going to run a 4 position Primal Beast, which could be done. Like we've seen people run Primal Beast into the support position. I think it's more common in China than it is in some of the other regions. But Speed has just been playing Primal Beast nonstop. So I'd imagine this is going to be Speed's hero.
I remember last time we saw him on, he just like Blink Dagger ulted onto the people consistently. When I see the Morphling ban out, I'm like certain this is going to be a core gyrocopter though, because they wanted the superior matchup there. But I don't know. It's better than Dark Willow too. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a core gyro. A pause one. We'll see if they end up proving me wrong though. I guess whenever they grab last tier, you could get like an Eye of Scotty carrier. That seems to be a pretty good against Lash. They ban out the Death Prophet instead. I mean,
Death Prophet's still just really strong, but that is a weird ban as well. I mean, that's a speed hero, so maybe they are anticipating that this is going to be like a 4 position
the Primal Beast,
Beast, and that they were really just going to lock in an off lane here. But I have played a little bit of support gyro. I actually don't think it's that bad as long as you have control on your team, because you just build like Veil of Discord and you amplify a ton of magic damage, because this hero already does a ton of magic damage. And looking at the lineup, it kind of works. You have Jakiro, you got Primal Beast, Voice Spirit. All these heroes have a ton of burst. Like, I'm kind of okay with this being like a 4 or 5 gyro, just going Veil of Discord.
Well, what would you pick to round this out then?
You do need like a farming hero here, because I don't think you have like tempo to like really end the game or go high ground. So I think you need like a farming 1 position.
Well, they already banned up the Sven themselves.
Sven and Slark. I think they're going Medusa, dude. DNM Medusa is like classic.
This is true.
And there's not really like good ways of dealing with it. You have the Mars Arena, but it doesn't, like Mars doesn't punish Medusa in lane at all. And neither does Rubik. She just basically gets to free farm. And they kind of have protected the Medusa for the most part. They will ban the Mirana. Dude, they have no idea what they are picking. They have absolutely no idea. Faceless Void. Okay.
Well, we don't either.
I knew it was DNM's hero. I knew we were looking at DNM's.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Faceless Void is one of those, like, probably one of the most stable heroes of the last patch. I don't know about so anymore, since he was pretty heavily nerfed.
He got hit with a cane, so
dude, he needed to, man. This guy was literally free MMR. Like,
yeah, he was pretty strong.
I know someone who like played this hero 20 games and won 18 of them, and he's not that good either. He's not a carry player, and he just picked it.
Who was it?
I can't say on stream.
Name and shame.
No,
Name and shame.
He's not a carry player, and he just was like, this hero looks like free MMR, and then won 18 of 20 games on it.
And then it was. That's the story.
Yeah. So it happens.
Yeah.
Ursa. Okay. That's a decent carry matchup, and I'm a little bit surprised by the Ursa, though, because if you get caught in Chrono without Enrage, you can definitely die, but he is a hero that will fight up into Faceless Void late game and win.
Mostly win. You have to be concerned about things like nullifiers being picked up, being able to take out his overpower. Without that, he just trades right clicks incredibly slowly with the Faceless Void, and the Faceless Void wins that matchup.
It should be fun. I'm excited to see how this one goes.
1-2.
Unfortunately, we're paused, I think, for the moment.
We're not paused.
Oh, no, they resumed. Okay, they resumed. It was paused and resumed. No. Okay, good.
Okay. So, do you have any preferences, and who do you think is going to win this first game here? based on drafts and drafts alone. Forget about the teams, the players. There's like 50-50 here. An AI playing an AI. Who wins this one?
I honestly think SG Esports has easier lanes. Like the mid lane matchup for Leshrac is really good, but Kits has been surprising me a ton. And he's been winning matchups that he probably shouldn't win. And it's a really good support gyro game, man. I feel like 5RATFORCESTAFF is going to hit this mid-game timing where they get like BKB on Primal Beast, like one item on Void Spirit, and they'll have a Veil of Discord. And then like everyone is going to die. So we'll see if they can ride that momentum.
There's a lot of magic damage here between all these heroes.
I think I'm going to go with 5RATFORCESTAFF here. Even though I really like the Ursa, I think it is going to be 5RATFORCESTAFF. If DNM gets the space he needs in the mid game, which this lineup does have the ability to provide that, I think he can carry it.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it ends up being a fairly quick game. You take towers pretty fast with Leshrac. You have some great team fight ability with like the Undying Tombstone plus Mars ultimate. Like you can take some pretty sick fights here on SG. I think it's really going to snowball off a laning phase. Maybe like the first like 12 minutes, I think I would be able to call who's winning this one. I do think like the team fight ability, if you don't like thread the needle very well and win the lanes on 5RATFORCESTAFF, something goes the way of SG. So I'm going to disagree with you. I think SG's lineup is like too sick in team fights. If they don't just get like blown up straight out of the laning phase by 5RAT, they'll be fine.
Okay, I like that. Ooh, Nev, I'm gonna have you take it away for 1 second during the pause. I gotta grab something. I just realized I don't have it with me, so.
That's okay. I'm carrying everything anyway.
Yeah, please do, as always.
Yeah, quite easy for me. So, anyways, it's going to be Leshrac here in the mid lane. I imagine this matchup is probably favored slightly over to Kits on the Void Spirit. One of the things that I do like about the lineup on 5RAT is it is fairly easy for both these heroes, the Gyrocopter and the Jakiro, to be able to rotate in the mid. You do have some save potential with Rubik TPing in, but Undying is going to be amazing at turning things around if they make some strong rotations on 5RAT for these either water runes or power rune in 6 minutes. And again, Leshrac doesn't really have any save ability, so it's more like, are you going to be able to outdamage the people who jump you and get away back underneath your tier 1 tower and like turn a team fight rather than having being able to just like blink away from heroes like a Gyrocopter and Jakiro. Obviously huge gap close in the Void Spirit as well. So be a little bit careful about that one.
True. There is a lot of gap close. It's true.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess at how long I was sitting here?
The whole time?
Almost the whole time.
I see.
I just want to let you do your thing. Let the viewers get what they want, which is just that real one-on-one time with neph.
That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants one-on-one time with neph.
Well, they're still waiting on LTH to get back into this one. I'm a little bit surprised that...
What's wrong, Ricky? You aren't enjoying your one-on-one time with neph?
I didn't say that. Come on. No, I'm a little bit surprised when it comes to like the SG draft. I feel like Ursa, it is really good in terms of like fighting into like the Primal Beast, but it sometimes late game, like if you just get chronoed, they don't really have the save for the chrono, but maybe there's just not really a better option. So I don't know. Like I was trying to think of like what other hero you could have picked.
Yeah, hold on. Apparently people are complaining about my mic quality.
Oh yeah, are you trying to use the wireless one?
I am using the wireless one. Hold on. Let me fix that. Let me get extra crispy for you.
Oh, we all like crispy enough. The problem is he brought a microphone, but there is no stand for it. So he has to just physically hold it in front of his face the whole time. So you guys are really making Nev work on those arm muscles. So just be happy.
The arm muscles are already huge.
Oh my god, that is a world of difference. Never do this again to me.
About the old headset or like switching between one and the
Just
other?
the difference. Oh, you sound oof. My ears, they're happy,
Yeah,
my friend.
I've been told that I please the ears. Anyways, let's
Hmm.
get back on topic, shall we? I was talking about like the team fight ability from SG come the late game. I mean, Mars is still this amazing hero, despite the fact that he's been nerfed around a couple of times. His ultimate, there's no escaping from this thing now. Thankfully, they do have some heroes that are decent on it on 5RAT. Faces Void, obviously. Faces Void and Void Spirit. The two Voids
Yeah.
are both have abilities that like jumping from one point to another rather than being like what Z-axis hops.
Yep.
So these things both get you out, but everybody else is going to be caught inside. Like Primal Beast just gets like completely owned by Mars.
He's a BKB builder though, right? Pretty much first item.
Yeah, he is.
Which is the difference, right?
Yeah, and he like
Gyrocopter.
literally does that on speed. He just goes like literally first item.
Yeah, he's just going bracer boots into BKB pretty much every single game, and
Yeah.
I think that's just the correct build because you need to get to the blink dagger so you can just like reliably blink ult someone, and the BKB allows you to do that. So this game especially, it's pretty difficult without a BKB. You're playing into Lesh, you're playing into Mars, you're playing into Rubik. There's just a lot of very quick disable that can come out.
Yeah, like between Mars Arena and damage clears and the Undying gonna pump out again. I was concerned about the 5RATFORCESTAFF's ability to actually take fights into SG. Like you have tons of pickup potential and gap close, but you don't have that same team fight ability. And maybe they can turn that into fights around the Roche pit or taking early Aegises and then turn that into other objectives. So we will see. Which is why I was talking about things like them being able to the game being decided by like 12 minutes here, how well 5RAT do coming out of the lanes and how much they can like snowball off their momentum rather than have like SG run into them with 5 heroes. Both are pretty scary, don't get me wrong. Like you mentioned, there's tons of match damage on 5RAT, but SG are my favorites.
The banners are like
What is this
invisible.
banner?
Did you see this?
Let me zoom in on this one. They were flashing for a little while. Oh, it's the cat from Sailor Moon.
Oh, cool.
Can you zoom in on that?
Not really.
So you go to cinematic mode on Void Spirit and then zoom out a little bit.
I mean, I know I can do that, but it's more of like, do I want to do that? Oh my god, he's moving. Oh god, he's moving. Oh god.
Yeah, we'll never be able to take a closer look at this cat now.
I missed my opportunity.
That's okay. You should have jumped on it when you had the chance.
It's all right. I'll punish Jerry for that later.
That's okay.
Looks like they're getting ready to try and push for this rune here in the Dire Jungle. Oscar with the God's Rebuke. Nice 2-hero dual breath though, just to push them back, and it will just be a ooh, nice. Okay, speed actually wins the trade on bottom rune. So 3 for 1 for the side of 5RATFORCESTAFF as we just get ready to jump into the game. Let's talk about the mid lane matchup, right? The Leshrac into the Void Spirit. I said briefly, like, this matchup is pretty heavily Lesh favored. Do you have, like...
Early lane, I think Void Spirit has the advantage, just due to the fact that he's got higher base damage, he's got better skills for CSing here. But, eventually, once you have, like, 2 points Lightning Storm, Leshrac definitely has the advantage. He's already, like, putting a ton of harass into him. He went 3 branches, Fairy Fire into the 3 Tangos, so... Just looking to pump the damage into kits right now.
I think KXY has a decent amount of lag there. Is he like trying to hit those split earths? I don't know if those were quite right. But
I'm pretty sure he's at like 100 ping. Yeah, it's something like that. Ping advantage. Otherwise, KXY wins his lane every time is what you're trying to say, right?
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to this bottom lane, of course, we have the Ursa and Undying taking on the Primal Beast and the Gyrocopter. Now, I was actually really excited for a support Gyro game. I think this hero right now is in a pretty interesting place. What was it?
You said was excited for a Gyro game?
Oh.
Have you changed your mind since then?
No, I am still excited. I'm excited for a support Gyro game, not a core Gyro game. I think this hero, once you have like Shard and the Veil, it's so annoying. You're what?
He's got 28 strength right now. It's down to 20. He had like double decays. several times in a row.
I'm dying to just casual 20 stolen strength right now.
I'll take that.
He's getting zoned out. Actually, Yuma's gonna run down Merlin.
You don't eventually catch the gyro, but
No, you don't. He's 5 movement speed faster, and I thought that he might have had like a boot to speed or an orb of venom coming out to him right there, but it was just a wraith band that he was finishing up. Surprising that he would get that here. Like, yes, it lets you trade with the Ursa, but the gyrocopter and the primal beast, like the damage they do that's going to kill you, is gonna be all magical.
Yeah, it's
running you
not
down
physical
with,
damage at all. And
Yeah.
we're gonna see it. Oh, okay, no, he's not gonna go for it. They actually bait out the tombstone. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have to walk away from this one. They can't commit.
I love this tombstone so much. It is one of the coolest tombstones that's been added to the game.
Is one the regular one or the gold one?
No, this is the one that came with like the new immortal hat. The hollows within. Yeah.
Ah. I see you can remember those names, just not the names of Oracle spells.
I just looked at it.
I know. That's my classic Ricky moment right there. I can remember the names of every hat in the game, but not the hero abilities.
You know, it's you just use the you just use the context of Oracle's rooted him. You know, that's good enough.
Yeah, that's true. Someone else taught you that one. I remember.
It's true. I've never played Oracle in my life. I hate that hero.
A tithe to the impurities.
You know who does play Oracle though? Is
Panders.
5RAT. Yeah.
A lot.
I'm not sure if Panders is still like coaching / managing 5RAT or he's on break right now. It was for TI qualifiers.
We'll have to ask him later.
Right, let's talk top lane matchup. We haven't gotten a chance to touch on this one yet.
This lane's boring, man.
It is pretty boring, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying to hype this one up. You're not gonna have enough damage to actually kill off the Takiro or the Faces of Void. Everyone is hitting at pretty high HP. Every time a God's Rebuke comes in, you can just time walk away from that one. And if you commit a Fade Bolt, you need to be able to commit like a Spear of Mars alongside it. Otherwise, nothing is actually going to stick here.
Yeah, they are just gonna try and dish out what damage they can to the Mars, and a nice spear comes out onto the Jakiro, pulls him back in with a Fade Bolt. AB1 does end up going down. Okay, I know we had just said this lane was boring and nothing was gonna happen, but the first kill of the game and now the second is gonna happen in the top lane, so this is exactly what we predicted. We were just talking about how this is the action-packed lane.
It's true. I'm surprised that the viewers already forgot that. We were just saying that.
Meanwhile,
Bottom lane, more action going on.
Yeah, this is where the action should be happening. Now, Yuma will be able to trade there and take down Merlin, but overall speed will pick up that kill onto the Ursa, the big one.
But yeah, that was like more than 600 magical damage was put into the gyrocopter there, which is why I was surprised that he ended up going for this early Wraith ban. Again, this is great when you're trading the hits. You need a little bit of extra armor, but it doesn't feel like that's what he needs down here. He ends up just getting like walked out. Did he just... Okay, good. Those aren't... I was concerned. He saw a second pair of boots in his inventory on the Ursa, but those are not his shoes.
Oh, okay.
Those are Undying shoes.
It's just the traveling shoe salesman.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. But yeah, massive amount of damage between Trample and the kit here on the gyrocopter. So Wraith Band not incredibly useful. Now he's just going for his phase boots.
Ooh, Oscar got left alone top, and he's taking a beating. A single bash. There it is. But Telekinesis will be able to save his life, so he'll walk on back. He doesn't have a lot of regen to work with, but did rock the double bracer here, so as long as he stays semi-close to his tower, he should be able to recover up a lot of this HP. Mid lane, we're going to see the Power Rune spawn. It's going to be top lane. The double damage for KXY is now he's actually just walking towards top. Going to try and maybe find a bait here, but Oscar's just dead. So I don't know if he's going to be able to find this alone here on KXY. He's going to try, though. Walks right into AB1 here on the Jakiro. Okay, he does a ton of damage. Split Earth ends up missing just barely. The Ice Path to slow him down. No time dilation here from DNM to help keep his boy alive, but he's just going to try and rely on the bashes here as the Dual Breath doing some work. There's going to be the Split Earth, but again, off the mark, and in comes Kit's double Astral Step on forward. The Remnant to secure the kill as KXY goes down, and the rest of them will back on out. Okay. Without the Mars mana, very difficult gank.
It is, but it's like you mentioned, is like tried to bait that one a little bit too hard on the Mars before the Leshrac got there, maybe, and they just walked him and punished him. Despite the fact they had no vision on that rotation on the side of 5RAT, they just felt like confident committing super hard off onto that Mars, and it ends up paying off. I think if you don't kill him here, Leshrac, gets to set up for the stun. Managed to turn that around, probably find a kill on the Jakiro. Finally killing the Phase of Void, I don't think was going to happen. But things looking pretty good now for 5RAT.
Yeah, speed bottom lane, getting some nice space to farm. He's the one who struggled a lot. But
thought we were going to see a rotation come in there, because again, you do have double Astro stuff available. You've got Aether Remnant, Gyrocopter is rotating in, but
he's under a ward though, is the problem. They have a lot of wards around the river. They see pretty much the entire river from top to bottom rune. So they can kind of just protect themselves, which is kind of seeming like they want to do for the Lesh here, is give him the jungle to try and farm this one up as much as possible.
Are they going to dive this? He's a lot of extra mana with Wand and Enchanted Mangoes here on the Primal Beast if he wants to try to
He's
dive.
also got Uproar. He might onslaught in. No, he's not going to.
It's better a bit. Yeah, you just bottle the haste rune on the Leshrac. It'd be very easy for him to just like make the rotation down the bottom lane.
If they fort this to prevent level 6 on the Ursa, they can dive him because they're about to have Pulverize.
Do they go for it?
Okay, they're not gonna. They just want to farm and prevent the Ursa from getting as much CS and XP in the lane as possible. We're gonna see the Undying TP on back down here.
Yeah, Rubik coming in too, so. Also, they try to set up on the Primal Beast. There's a lot of heroes to commit down here without doing anything. So either hoping that they make a play here on 5RAT, or maybe just taking you over on the Undying and moving back in the jungle.
I mean, they see the level 6 on Ursa, they have to know he's not really killable. Well, they're gonna try. They just hit him with that Pulverize, immediately force the Enrage. In comes the Trample, Undying taking a ton of damage, but there's the rotation from KXY with the Haste Rune. He's gonna have to onslaught away here on the Primal Beast, so he's gonna be safe. Well, for the moment, KXY wants to chase. He's pretty tanky on the Primal Beast, and he is already very far away, so he will not be able to get that second kill. You do lose the Gyro, but you keep the Ursa alive. Overall, pretty good trade there for SG.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to do anything to follow up on this Primal. Window of opportunity is now missed. Leshrac gonna have to rotate back to the mid lane. What's the skill build he's gotten here? Okay, he's gotten 2 points into the. Stop myself here because Yuma's gonna go underneath the tower. Still doesn't have his ultimate. Can't take this one on.
Yeah, who even needs the Ursa, honestly? Ursa is supposed to be a counter to the Primal Beast, but every time that Enrage is off cooldown, he's very susceptible to just dying. So, very careful. Gotta be very careful.
Yeah. I mean, it's great because it lasts the 4 seconds. You'd be able to like wait out the duration of either like the Pulverize or the Trample, but yeah, as soon as that's on cooldown, it becomes very easy running him down, as you mentioned. So he starts maxing out the Diabolic Edict rather than the Lightning Storm or the Split Earth on the Leshrac now. So.
This kind of checks out with me. I think for the most part, he is the one who's going to be taking towers. They don't really have any heroes that can. Like Ursa has to farm up quite a bit. The Mars kind of struggling a little bit just because he's into like a really aggressive top lane. Ooh, bottom lane. Yeah, they get themselves another kill. Rotation from KXY though, and with no onslaught, Speed is in a lot of trouble. It's gonna be a 2-for-1. Fantastic rotation, or response rather, from SG this time around.
Yeah, with the 3 heroes down here, they should definitely put some pressure onto the tier 1 with these 4 points of Diabolic Edict that they have now.
Yeah. And they're gonna have to do the same, like on this top tower. If they want to try and get something here, DNM's got to be able to push this in with the catapult.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to do much, I don't believe. They'll pull the creeps off the tower, and well, catapult will do a little bit of damage, but it is not gonna be able to keep up with them taking this bottom one.
Yeah.
Catapult, I believe, will finish this off. They'll be forced to deny it.
Oh, Undying's gonna walk right on into the Jakiro. They might try and go for the kill. Yeah, they're just gonna drop the Macropyre Chrono, and oh my god, you can see him. He's like, don't die to the creeps. He's like pump faking the autos, trying to secure the last crits, but Goes the way of the Jakiro there, and with that, it will be Yuma pulling the creep wave off the tower to protect the tier 1, so neither team losing a tower at the end of the day.
Yep. They got hungry for that Undying. I think it would have been kind of difficult going for just a tower without finishing off the Undying and have people like TP in, which is hard.
Merlin is level 6. He is actually very scary on the gyro now. Like, the call down damage is pretty substantial. Again, he is just going to go the Veil of Discord, exactly what I kind of anticipated. It's my favorite gyro build right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of heroes that do magic damage on his team. Void Spirit, Jakiro, and Primal Beast all benefit a ton from this. So it's like you mentioned, huge magical burst to be able to pick people off. Bottom tower never, yeah, like you mentioned, got taken there, still sitting at 45 HP. Maybe they could turn this into like a quick tower elsewhere because the Fortify is off of cooldown at the moment. But it looked like Leshrac was trying to step over to the mid lane and ended up just getting like checked by some of these other heroes and then gets pushed back in.
We're going to see top lane DNM actually getting rotated on here. Needs to be careful. He does have a way into the trees, but no chrono to actually get himself some space. Time dilation, try and slow down his aggressors, which will work. And with a nice rotation in from speed, he's found LTH on the Rubik, but Telekinesis there. And then just go with the Pulverize instead, right onto the Ursa. He just dies. Okay, that's one way to find a kill. And now LTH, he's got his own Pulverize. It's quite funny, but a couple bashes from DNM will clean it up.
Yeah. Immediately KXY saw that rotation over to the top lane, like all those TPs. He goes, okay, I need to be able to shove in mid to be able to punish them for this one. But Kits is already there.
And the smoke.
He goes on top of KXY. Now they're going to try to punish him.
Oh, Tumbler Toy actually protecting him for the moment. But the Ice Path plus the tramples from speed is just too much. And the missile's going to collide onto the Undying instead. Big Arena's going to catch too, though. The Tombstone cleaned up there by Merlin. Kit's able to make his way outside of that Arena. And Oscar, you're just going to get slowed up here by this Jakiro. And Merlin gonna sacrifice himself at the end of the day. Kit's mangoing up, but he has no real spells to work with. The trample coming on through again here from the Primal Beast. He rejoins, but there goes the spear to take down that Void Spirit. Ends up being a pretty good trade for SG. You know, in terms of the end of the fight, but you know, losing that Lesh, not very good.
Yeah. LTH hesitated for a moment there. He ended up stealing a Rocket Barrage, but walked too far away from both the Primal Beast and the Jakiro, so he couldn't get back on top of them to try and barrage them down. So you do get the Void Spirit, like you mentioned, but to these fights, they all seem to be going the way of 5RAT. Now we see like a bit of advantage, 7-12 at this point in the game, and I mentioned, I think that SG need to kind of come out ahead of the lanes. It feels like they're getting what they need done right now on 5RAT. These towers, or early towers, haven't been taken, or they haven't taken nearly enough early towers with this Leshrac. And it's very good they tried to, because this Lesh is going for this Diabolic Edict build.
Yeah. I do really like the fact that Yuma realized that he needs to go for the Battle Fury this game, as opposed to like the Diffusal, which some people really like instead. But he has to be able to contest this Faceless Void late game. Like there's no other hero on their team that can do it, and Ursa is a pretty good hero in terms of those like 1v1 matchups. So Battle Fury will help him progress his items and try and keep pace with DNM here on the Faceless Void.
Yeah. As this game goes on, looks like they're moving the whole squad up here to the top lane. Let's hit up on this.
Yeah, it looks like they really want this tower. AB1 gonna get scouted out here behind it. And, ooh, instead they make the rotation onto Oscar, and that's the Veil reveal. Just completely destroyed 100-0. They have Chronosphere available as well as the Macro Pyre, but they don't see the rest of the team. The Tombstone is already down. They don't want to overcommit.
Looks like they're already out. Dude. You move 4 heroes up at the top lane, you end up losing one of them. And you're going to lose this bottom tower as well.
He just took 1,800 magic damage.
We talked about the magic damage that they had.
Like level 4 Rocket Barrage with the Veil did 630 damage to the Mars there.
That's a lot of damage. Some big numbers.
It's very monkus.
It's only going to get worse as well.
I mean, this was...
He's got the Ignum Shard, so the damage is going to go up.
Dude, this is all you do. You go shard, you go Veil Shard every single game with support gyro, and then you just like, it's the damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Oh, top lane, they caught DNM. Time Walk just barely, though. He will be able to survive. Nice time dilation as well. AB1 sitting back nice and chill. Doesn't actually blow any of his spells, so that was close. DNM almost died there. That's why you go for things like Infused Raindrop and Wand, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, he's
That is a BKB
one of my
for
players
Primal.
was he'd have mentioned something about one of my players, but it's fine. I actually, this one doesn't matter. Gunnar was upset that his raindrops didn't get used or something like that, and then Moo's just like, oh no, you just had infinite mana regen. That sucks.
Yeah, raindrops are good. Ooh, just off the mark there. Telekinesis play.
I don't think they would have been able to make anything happen off of that one. They might have been able to put a little bit of damage into kits, but definitely not kill him there.
Yeah, and AB1 has just actually done a really good job of sitting behind his cores on the top side too. So he always has the ice path to follow it up.
I'd always feel safe with the AB1 behind me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's a interesting way to put it.
What's that supposed to mean?
What?
You wouldn't feel safe with a powerful support like AB1 watching your back at all times?
That's not what I did. I didn't say that. Of course I would. He's a great player. Oh, in comes Speed. He's got the BKB, but all right. They actually don't want to go in too far, as they did lose the gyro.
Have you seen Oscar's item build, by the way? He just like keeps getting blown up by mag jam. He's like, okay, this time it'll be different. I'll have more HP. He's got double bracer, Falcon Blade, and Ogre Act towards the BKB.
I did this the other day on Mars. Yeah, I was just like, all I need to do is just not die, and they had so much damage. I went triple.
All I need to do is not die.
Yeah, I just went triple bracer. Yeah, triple bracer, phase boots, wand, and raindrop. I was just running around like that. It was great. All right, call down comes through. A lot of burst damage, but again, we talked about it. The Veil is just super scary. And now Speed on top of the Lesh. Onslaughts away as the BKB expires, and they get 2.
Yeah, that 9-second BKB, unfortunately, Leshrac does struggle to deal with that one. They're moving numbers back up here into the top lane. Once Oscar got coming out to him right now.
Erlin's gonna get the missile down. And wait a minute, he just drops the chrono anyway. Okay, just securing one kill.
Yeah. Surprised that Oscar made this rotation, or like he even bothered to come up here. He's like so close to this BKB. Arena was still on cooldown for another 15 seconds. But they lose 2 just like that. This does get a lot easier for SG once the BKB is completed on the Mars, though. You actually stand in front and not get bursted down.
This is go time for Yuma, though.
Is it? I feel like this is a pretty easy to contest road. I don't think this is the go time you think it is.
I mean, they don't have chrono, but ooh, Spear will connect. There is an arcane rune on the deck as well. It's gonna be picked up here by KXY, as he does have that Bloodstone recently completed. Dude, the damage. Ice Pass being dropped out from AB1. They've got to be able to deal with this Tombstone that's in the pit, but maybe they just have to wait it out. Like, Roshan's up to 9 Fury Swipes. It's falling quick.
BKB completed on Void.
Oh, man. I don't know if they can make it in time. They're going to try to blow up the Mars. Oscar does go down, but correct. Yuma will grab that Aegis and Speed. He's grabbed his own target, the Undying. He's in trouble. The track pops that Bloodstone, trying to keep himself alive, but there's a missile chasing him down, and the damage is just way too much, dude. A small little pig chases him down, looking for LTH here. Speed, he does have an onslaught as the BKB is expiring, though, and the buyback on Mars might make this pretty scary. Well, instead, they're going to try and jump Mars on the backside. Bashed up, taunted in. The macro part of the Ice Path is there. He diebacks, and now Yuma is all alone, trying to chase down the Gyro, but it's gonna be way too much, dude.
Have something. Okay.
All right, Gyro dead.
I don't think this bodes well for him on his way back up, buddy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know about the second life there. There's a lot of control, and I'm gonna chalk this one up to the Gyro effect, sir.
Yeah, that shard ended up getting finished in the middle of that team fight, and maybe saw what it did to the left.
Dude, it killed Oscar the first time. Like, his first life was almost entirely due to the Rocket Barrage Veil.
Yeah. This is a rough one. They took this fight like SG. They went into the pit. It was so awkward for them because they're close. They were so close to this BKB. The timing of this is significantly delayed now. He was like 400 gold off it before he died the first time. He buys back, goes in again, and dies. You just created like a 5k net worth lead. You chose to go into that rush there, and yes, you ended up getting it, but there was no way to exit after you got started.
That's the NA strategy, man. Go in with no exit.
No exit strategy.
No exit strategy ever.
USA.
It's a classic Ember Spirit conundrum, right? Granted, they did put the slight delay, so you can't just instantly drop all your remnants and then be stuck there without a plan. You know?
Yeah.
Slight buff to bad
instantly.
Ember players.
Yeah. You get like 0.5 seconds for each remnant that you drop to think about your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do I really want to spend all 3 remnants to kill this support?
Yeah. That they're like what? A full 1 second delay that you have when doing that actually is pretty significant.
Yeah.
It might change your mind.
5RATFORCESTAFF, they're looking aggressive. They're going to try and chase down Oscar. I mean, honestly, his game has just been absolutely gutted after that buyback, so see what else they can find. Leshrac does have the Kaya queued up next. I feel like this hero just needs a BKB in this state of the game just because of how much damage they are dealing with. But mid-tier 1 tower, Kit's going to pressure it. They get a nice ward sentry placed on the backside. We'll reveal the location of Lesh, and they're going to find LTH instead as Speed blinks forward into the Pulverize. He's got a Remnant, but... Or not a Remnant, a Dissimulate, but there's just way too much damage. The tracking there, of course, from the Gyro as well.
More like Disintegrate, am I right?
Oh my god. Very good. Props to that one. That was actually a top-tier wordplay. Thank you, Neph.
Been working on these ones. The team is not pleased.
Mid lane, the BKB comes out, the Ice Path is there. He's just stuck inside the Macro Pyre, never an opportunity to move, and now Oscar Arena's down. He pops his BKB finally, but just getting bashed by DNM. He's got everything still available, surrounded by 5 Oscar. There's no way he survives this, right? Yeah, one more Astral Step in from Kits. He pops them, gets themselves 2 big kills as 5RATFORCESTAFF continue to dominate in this mid game.
Yeah, I mean, the timing on this Mars ended up getting a little bit too slow. It's like you mentioned, gutted after that buyback. I was genuinely shocked they chose to take that Roche fight. They did better than I thought because, you know, they managed to get the Aegis, but it was not pretty. The left track took a little bit longer to go down. I'm not sure if we touched on it, but he's got like the Hood of
Oh, the bash! No way!
Okay.
All right, Yuma caught him on the perfect bash, just bursts him down, but Yuma also, he's out here alone. He does manage to stop that missile. Ice Path comes through, Merlin falling low. Call down, I don't know, is he? Merlin's a pretty good bait, it would seem. He does have to get away. The missile plus the second flag. Merlin's starting to quarrel. They even get this Ice Path as well. All right. Gyrocopter's a hero, man.
He's going to be able to get away from that one. It looked like he might be able to get the Gyrocopter there as well. Now, don't get me wrong. That was a big kill off on the Faceless Void. You see the gold he got for that?
1100. Yikes. Meanwhile, top lane, they get KXY again. He just, like I said earlier, you need the Bloodstone, but it is usually after some other items like the Kaya Sange, and then Bloodstone feels a lot better because you need to have that initial HP, that tankiness. And this game, I feel like especially you need a BKB. LTH mid lane once again just blown up by Speed. I feel like this guy is just running from one target to another. They have their eyes set on this Undying bottom. He gets the D ward. He knows he's down here somewhere.
The idea beast hero is actually just like role playing. As long as you believe that you're like this unstoppable beast and you make like roar noises, it significantly improves your gameplay. And I think Speed is very good at that.
Ah, interesting. Okay, it's kind of like when you buy the Boots of Bearing. You have to yell Boots of Bearing on use so that they actually work.
Yeah. And you take your hands off off your keyboard and mouse. You just start like making drumming noises on your desk.
Exactly.
You're making drumming noises on this Undying right now.
Well, they will find the tombstone there. Oh my god, Oscar goes down on the other side of the map as well.
Yeah, he pops his BKB, but he ends up getting just almost single-handedly destroyed by this. Actually, I think he was.
Oh, Kits has ZD.
2,500
He's found
damage.
KXY. Oh, he's able to dodge it out, but he just chronos him instead, pops the BKB. DNM says, screw it, man. Just make sure to just continue to hamstring these heroes. It is literally Ursa versus the world. Yuma is the only person who has a game at this point. And I said that was kind of the case, man. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but he's gonna try. He's top net worth.
Right, he's working on this BKB at the moment. He finds himself a paladin sword. Maybe things are looking up for him. I don't know if this is going to be the Ursa story that we need right now, though.
I'm
Well,
surprised he...
mostly
Man, maybe
top,
Brigand's
though.
Blade is actually just too good.
Sorry, for who?
For Void, just in general. I mean, Brigand's Blade in general just feels really strong.
Oh, what would you want to see on him?
He had the Mage Slayer drop. Oh, Ags reveal here from Kits. He's able to just instantly burn out LTH. Oh my god! 100-0 by a rocket. No way. Oh, he telekinesis himself away and it just kept chasing, dude. Oh no.
Let's see if I can pull up the death summary on this guy.
It was
see how much-
1,000 damage from the missile.
It's rough out here, man. They've got a pretty deep observer ward over here on the Radiant side. They moved 3 heroes, hoping someone like shield themselves, get a little bit close to the wave, and they could jump them, but not taking the bait. Plus 2 heroes are dead right now. Roshan gonna respawn. It's gonna be the 2.5-minute one. You can already see 5RATFORCESTAFF positioning themselves around the pit, looking to take a fight there. This is going to be the Aegis that they go high ground with. They have a significant advantage right now. I think they want to start to snowball off of this. You've got okay vision if you choose to take a team fight in like the Dire jungle right now, but I'm not sure you win this team fight is my only concern. Like, you see all these people. But yeah, I think they know exactly what they're up to. Ursa's gonna try to face check this one, but I don't see how you actually take this fight.
I don't either, man. I really don't. I mean, the 5RATFORCESTAFF, if they find their target, and they do, it's going to be Legend. Speed just disrupting the backline, finds the Undying. 2 heroes dead to start it out. And they just walk away. They get away with murder. They are just dismantling the side of SG Esports. There is no opportunity for SG to start these fights. It has to be like Oscar with a Blink Arena spear, but he just has a BKB. He's not even close to the Blink.
1,200 net worth off at the moment. Now they start clearing out the vision. So
oh. All right, well, there's the Arena Spear. I guess if they blink into you, you're fine. He pops his BKB, though, and Speed, he's got an onslaught to try and just get away. He will indeed. Yuma forced his BKB as well as the Mars, and they're going to chase as much as possible. The Stones! Stunning up the Mars. He finds him. Kits on the backside, getting his own kill. Another 2 going the way of 5RATFORCESTAFF.
And now I think they just go right back to setting up around the pit, which is what they were doing before.
They're gonna kill Undying first.
Oh, you hate to see it.
It is just non-stop aggression from 5RATFORCESTAFF.
11-39. This is like slaughter right now.
When was the last time that SG got a kill?
It
was the Ursa kill. That was it. It was like when Ursa killed Faceless Void. That was the last one.
Well, there was a kill onto like the Undying, but those things are like insignificant. We saw how much of the Faceless Void kill was worth. Like that was 1,100 gold over to the Ursa, but they haven't managed to do much since then. So they're getting close to the 3-minute mark. They know that the Roche is a guarantee to respawn pretty soon. So to take control of the Dire Triangle, they have this deep ward over inside the lane close to the tier 2. They feel like it's going to be pretty safe around the pit. So I'm pretty sure that they just clear this one out.
I'm trying to think if
Maybe they've trained SG at this point to think better that it's okay to fight around the Roche pit.
I mean, it's gonna fall pretty quick. This shard, the only person that doesn't have it is the Jakiro, and honestly, Liquid Frost is very good if they get it. Oh no, I guess Void Spirit doesn't have it either, but you definitely give it to the Jakiro. Liquid Frost is like a free tower pushing mechanic. It's really, really, really strong in fights as well. And there it is, Aegis on the deck. Shard is down. They do get the split earth connection onto the gyrocopter, but he's just getting blown apart. Instead, the call down onto the backside. They've got the Chronosphere holding Ursa in place. The Macropyre is down. His BKB about to expire. DNM has the Aegis to work with. They're thinking of going back in. Merlin, he's surviving actually pretty dang long. And now Yuma, the missile connects onto him. Instead, the telekinesis trying to give him some space. Speed trying to chase after him. Gets the blink out. LTH with the save on the buyback. But there's the Pulverize and the rest of the team about to join him. A stolen Pulverize just for the fun, but triple kill for Kits. Ends up being a 5-for-1, or 5-for-2, a dieback. Wait, Yuma, he's still got Aegis here. I don't think DNM cares. I think he's kind of baiting. He wants you to take this fight, and Rage is down. They're done. They're going to continue to chase, and now DNM, he just needs a bash. He's got one. The jump back in for more. Yuma's dead. I don't know if you can do anything now.
They're gonna try. They TP right in on KXY.
Blink Pulverize.
But he's already here. He's gonna go on him.
Yeah, he pops that Bloodstone. He's got a lot of survivability, and they will finally get themselves that kill onto the Faceless Void. But Mars, he's not gonna get the blink or the TP in time. And with that, DNM should survive.
33 minutes either.
They're all out.
450 gold away from this one.
Wait a minute. They're actually just going back in. They don't care. They get the ice pad from downtown. Try to stay on top of the Undying, though. He's got to be a little bit careful as this Tombstone does come through. AB1 just getting chased down. It's going to be Kits that picks him off, but now backside of the fight, Merlin's joining the fight. He gets caught by the arena, but the call down is there. The BKBs, he'll be able to protect him. A Yules does come through. AB1 with a nice ice path once again onto Lesh. It's all a bait every time you get the gyro, but at what cost? 2 more cores. They have so much mobility. Just in and out of fights constantly.
Yeah, I mean, oh, I don't know how they plan to fight that one. The Faceless Void was just like so far forward, and he managed to get back out of that one unpunished, and the rest of the team eventually ends up meeting up with them and just takes out these heroes at SG one by one. The shard is still inside the pit, by the way. I wanted to touch on that.
Oh my god. Okay, well, they don't even need it.
It's true. When they're winning this hard, everyone mostly has their shards anyways.
They have a 100% win rate according to Dota Plus.
The Aghanim shards?
No.
Sorry, the Roche shards?
No, I'm saying Dota Plus says they have a 100% win rate already on 5RATFORCESTAFF.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, they had a 100% win rate as of like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
It only gets worse from here. It is 14-48 right now.
That is true. Is anyone gonna find the Roshan Ag shard? I don't think so. Next team that scouts the pit will find it.
There's no reason to go in there. I'm not sure if anyone is even like bothered being like, hey, who got the Roche shard in a game like this one? Because they're winning so hard, it's like not even worth considering.
Scan right on the money there. That's quite nice. They do have this last tower top that they're gonna go ahead and try and focus down, play around their ward on the triangle here. And this is really probably the best place that they could be. Just making sure to cut mid wave and top, and then they can apply a lot of pressure to SG Esports, make sure that they don't have the ability to really leave their base.
Well, you need to start shoving out bottom to maybe force a response from somebody. Get him to TP back. But he's afraid. He moves back into his own jungle just to meet up with his team.
They actually just smoke across.
They need to go for like one last fight here.
Oh, Merlin pops the smoke. He gets the missile out. Oscar, nice blink in the arena, but the spear doesn't connect onto anyone, and in comes Speed. There's the Chrono. It's caught the Ursa. He jumped into it. He needs help and fast. The Enrage was caught, but he's fallen low. They've managed to take down one, but quick 2 kills, turning back the other way. Yuma, that BKB's expired. He needs to cut and run. KXY trying to take down this gyro still, but Yule's protecting him. Speed finally gonna pop his own BKB, turns it on with a Pulverize. The silence onto Yuma. No Enrage coming out quite yet. It finally will be there, but it's just too little too late. A 5-for-1. It is just completely outmatched in these team fights. They are just doing way too much damage.
And they haven't tapped yet, though. I'm not sure where they go from here, but we saw 100% win rate as of a couple minutes ago. That was going to walk up the high ground. He did end up blinking into that chronosphere, or like the chronosphere came out just after he blinked in, rather. But he had hit the enrage first. Unfortunately, I think they're just so far behind at this point that it does not matter. They lost a lot of their momentum taking that one fight around the Roche pit. The Mars buying back into the game before his BKB was done. There's so much magic damage coming up from 5RAT that it was like just super important for him to be able to pick that up before there's significant advantage on their side. They just missed their timing too hard here on SG.
Yeah, I think I agree. The mid game was just too strong from 5RAT here. Speed just goes in once again, gets the blink stun, finished off by Kits, and they're going to continue looking for more. The trample onslaught over. Another 2 kills. Speed is godlike. 14, 2, and 16. I mean, DNM's 10-1. Kits is 21-1. Like, you couldn't ask for a better game from your cores.
Nah. Well, you could. DNM did die once, remember?
That's true. He did have one death.
Yeah, embarrassing, really.
They're going to continue the chase. Nice buyback coming in from the Undying. Is they're going to be able to just punish Speed here, but there's the BKB once again. He's just going to walk away. Yuma, he's alive, looking for his target, but they don't find anyone. They've all escaped.
Everyone's going to walk on out. Top up their HP and mana, then probably take another go at it. Bottom lane, I think, is being shoved in as well. Jakiro's down here. These heroes on Radiant might find him if Jakiro shows himself by himself in the lane, but easy to walk away, so. Looks like they're just going to reset. What is it that they're waiting on? They're sitting on a lot of gold on, like, several of these cores.
Yeah.
Like, Face of Void has, like, 4.5k net worth. Kits is sitting on 4k net worth. They got all this money for buyback and more.
I think they just kind of want to see where the items are going on the enemy team, or if they want to buy more like stuns. And it looks like stuns are the name of the game. As
exactly
Faces Void queues up refresher. We'll see the Hex picked up here next, and that's kind of like the way to seal a game, right? A lot of times is just to pick up those disables. Oh my god, he actually hit him with the boulders. The Glimmer Cape expires. No way, Speed.
Yeah.
He'll die to the missile. It doesn't matter. It's just so much damage. Oh, nice initiation on the backside, though. Oscar, he does get the BKB, he gets silenced. No way to get the arena. The Chronosphere holding Ursa in place. He'll respond with the Enrage, but there's the Ice Path. The Chain Stuns are there, and again, Merlin picking up another kill. The Refresher does come through as well. Second Chronosphere for fun as the GG comes out. I love it. They're feeling themselves, 5RATFORCESTAFF.
60 kills they ended up getting here, the 39-minute game.
Yeah, feeling themselves, I would say. Really having a good time.
Yeah, 5RAT, hell of a performance here to start this one off. And you were saying that you thought this magical game was insane. The pick-off potential is huge. And by God, do they ever pick up or pick off heroes? I thought that the SG would have the ability to take like super sick team fights, but they bursted down these heroes too fast. The BKB ended up coming online too late on the Mars, and even though Leshrac was fairly tanky with his Bloodstone, they had so much burst for him that they could just either kill him through it or wait until a Bloodstone expires and just like pop him off there. Ursa felt like a really good pick here, but the rest of the team just couldn't keep up. I feel like the Undying, it's a solid pick, but when you have this much like burst damage on 5RAT, like consistent burst damage, the heals that you get with the Holy Locket and being able to spam out the Soul Rep just isn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not a good sign when the Gyrocopter does like as much damage as your Leshrac, right? Like, and that's just like the state of this game. Like, he's pumping out as much damage as your mid laner and contributing pretty much just as much in the fights. Like, if he dies though, right? It's a gyro versus your core Lesh, and or this, like a 4 gyro, right? So it's a big difference in terms of just how this game played out. Their mid game timing was perfect. We talked about this actually 2 days ago when we were watching 5RATFORCESTAFF, in the fact that they tend to just play really well around their item timings. They tend to get them very often not delayed at all, and they group up, they take some big fights, and then they really start to kind of snowball their wins.
Yeah. Exactly. And in that one fight that we saw by the Roche pit, like SG was really pushing their luck on that one. DNM finishes his BKB. You end up finishing, you already had the Veil of Discord and the Gyrocopter. You finish your Aghanim shard at that time as well. And they're like, okay, this is what we needed. Exactly. Go into the pit, boys. We're taking this fight.
Yeah, and they didn't even care about the Roche. Like they're like, yeah, whatever, we'll lose the Roche, but we'll kill every hero, and
Yeah.
it worked out. And they ended up getting Ursa twice anyway. So yeah, it's just beautifully played by them. I'm excited to see where like game 2 is going to take us. Again, this is the upper bracket finals for those of you who are just tuning in. So both these teams looking to secure their place in that grand finals. We're going to go to a short break here, and then we'll be back with that second game. So stay tuned. This is the BTS Pro Series Season 12. My name is rkryptic, here with neph. Stay tuned for more.